Hello, welcome back to another vlog. I have still not edited the New York vlog, but I did buy an external hard drive because basically I filled up my entire computer with the clips from holiday to the point where I could not put anything else on there. So no more videos of any kind, and could not edit because it kept crashing. So while that gets done, I thought I'd start another vlog. It's Friday night. It has been a rough week, but it's Friday night. I'm having like the opposite of a usual week, and I'm going to be like, okay, we're going to put this week to bed. It was not the best. However, let's draw a line. Let's have a nice Friday night. Milo's gone to his friends after school. Lee's going to go and pick him up in a minute. I'm making us nachos. We're going to have margaritas. And we're going to start Vanderpump Rules again from the very beginning. Literally the laziest margaritas I've ever made in my life. But I just don't want to have to make them individually. Usually it's just me and Lee will drink something completely different. And I'll just have like maybe one or two. So I pre-squeezed the citrus stuff. I suppose it's not that lazy because I did squeeze all the limes and lemons. But so that I can have them in the fridge in a little jug, I squeezed the fruit that we had. So just like a few limes, a few lemons. I mean, it's much of a muchness to me, but maybe it matters to you. And then I measured whatever we had of that, 1 measure of citrus, 1 measure of tequila. And then this is where I usually go 1 measure of Cointreau, 1 measure of simple syrup. But recently I've kind of played around with swapping the simple syrup for Cointreau, and I like that. It's a really smooth, because Cointreau is like an orange liqueur, so it kind of gives you that sweetness without it being like too sweet. And I put some ice in the jug in the fridge because otherwise it would be an incredibly strong drink. So yeah, that's prepped. I have these ready to go for the whatever it is I'm making. Wait, what am I making? Nachos. Nachos is what I'm making. Already made the kind of meat, which is just like mince, peppers, onions, spices, etc. So I can kind of just assemble everything when Lee gets back with Milo so that we can settle in for our evening of reality television. Manny's really put out because Lee has left to go and get Milo. Manny thought he'd got rid of him. I think ideally Manny would like for us all to disappear and it just be him and Lee living the rest of the days together. If you don't follow Vanderpump Rules, this is going to mean nothing to you, but if you do, Stacy, I feel, is the one who looks the most like herself then and now. I am a Katie Maloney stan forever. Love, love, love. Love. Used to love Schwartz. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. Lee and I have joked we could have a Vanderpump Rules whole YouTube channel / podcast. I'm not doing that, don't worry. Don't worry. I'm already overextended. But we love it. We love reality TV show. Really just Bravo in general. We could have an Instagram account. Love it. We originally bonded over our love of The Hills, and I dropped off Vanderpump Rules a few years ago. He continued, and I was hooked back in by Scandival. Now, coming to what feels like the very end, the end of season 11, like maybe we should watch it from the beginning. I feel like I need to remember how terrible these people really are. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to watch all 11 seasons over again. I know some of you will think that sounds terrible, but that is our idea of a good time. Another idea of a good time for me recently has been this game, Wildflowers. I love this game. It's a lot of fun. It feels endless. It's a story game. It's very, like not rushed. It's not like, oh, you've got to do this in this amount of time. None of that. It is kind of a farming sim, but everything you can just totally take your time. Sometimes things happen. It's like, if you do this by this time, maybe you'll have a bit of an extra something, and then the time goes and nothing happens. Like, it's not pressurized at all, which is what makes it a cozy game. But there's so much story to it, and it feels like it's going to go on forever. It feels like I'm not even halfway through, and I've been playing hours and hours and hours of this game. I just enjoy it. I don't know. Maybe I'm giving too much of myself away in this vlog, but these are the things that I waste my time on. We've got such precious few years alive on this earth, and this is how I choose to spend mine. I don't know. Also, at the moment, I cannot drink enough water. I've had such a sore throat. I think ever since we got back from New York, I've just felt rubbish. Like, really, like I've been coming down with something. And my throat is so sore. I have not been able to drink enough water at all. So I may have one of these drinks later. I've, like, prepped for kind of like a Mexican night. You know, Tex-Mex. And so that feels like it needs to have margaritas hand in hand with it. But I might be just like dehydrated at a sip. These are spread very thinly, but still, I feel like it seems like a lot. Like we've got one each, and maybe we should be sharing one. I don't know. Maybe not. I think it looks like more than it is. That's what I'm going with. This is Lee's normal one, and this is mine because I'm obsessed with sour cream. But also, you just need a little bit of lettuce, don't you? When I started this vlog, I didn't intend for it to be, in its entirety, my Friday night dinner. But here we are. Also, this smells really nice. Again, this is the lazy way. Shaken is always going to be nicer. But nice to just have them available in the fridge. Beautiful, beautiful. I mean, you know, maybe another couple left in there. It's a good Friday night. Manny's still like, so, Dad.
Guys, I never get the plate.
I never get to eat nachos. I think you're fine. I think you're well fed.
He's dangerously
Underweight. Okay. And now, back to Sir.
Surfers all want to be models, actors, writers, singers.
Okay, those of you that were screaming at your screen earlier, you were right. It was too much food. I ate like a quarter of it. Lee was like, this is a sharing platter. Hardly. But yeah, I blame my mum. My mum can't make food for the right amount of people either. Like, she has kind of brought me up to believe that if people eat all the food, there wasn't enough food. So, portions are hard. Good morning. Lee has taken Milo to, I always say boxing. It is boxing, but it's basically a gym. If you've got kids who, like Milo wasn't sure what he wanted to do. He knew he wanted to do something, you know, like something that's like part of a group or whatever. He didn't want to do a particular sport, but he wanted to do something. We tried him with a few things. The thing he liked the most before COVID was taekwondo. He really enjoyed that. But, get my hair caught. But this boxing gym is basically like we leave him there. I take him on a Wednesday and Lee takes me on a Saturday. And we leave him there and he kind of hangs out and does gym stuff with his mates. And the guy who trains them, who's only a teenager himself, he's only in like, I think maybe sixth form. And it's really good. It's really good. He really likes to go. And I would never have even thought of that as a thing to be able to do for little kids. I think it's a good thing to get into. Anyway, that's what they're doing this morning. And I got up a little bit later, gave myself a little Saturday lie-in and thought, see, can you hear in my throat? I still don't sound all the way. Like, I don't know what it is, but I feel like I'm going to have, you know, one of those lingering, am I getting a cold, am I not getting a cold? It's so annoying. I thought I'd just kind of put myself together a little bit this morning because, like I said, I've been out of it this week and I think that the outward appearance can sometimes help the inward appearance. Let me tell you the very worst thing about running a small business, and this was always the same with YouTube as well, but it was not on the same scale, even a little bit. Expenses, taxes. I always obviously did my individual YouTube taxes, but I do not have, well, it's very kind of grey what you can actually expense in terms of like YouTube as a business. There's a lot of things that I would buy that you're like camera equipment, yeah, totally, 100%. But other stuff, you've really got to be able to say this absolutely 100% would only be used for this as a business when you're doing taxes. So it's not worth the potential hassle for me. With the candle business, everything, so many supplies, there's just so much. That's what I'm doing today. I kind of sat down to launch a couple of new products and I thought I need to do last month's expenses, and now I'd like a nap, I think. Don't enjoy this. Don't enjoy this at all. And when people have mentioned to me before, like, you can get people to do this for you, it's the bookkeeping element that I don't enjoy. I don't mind the actual, like, the government tax part of it. It's the bookkeeping. And I would have to do that for someone else anyway, so I'm not going to pay someone to fill in some forms for me. But yeah, I hate this. So just, little update in the middle of the vlog to tell you, not enjoying this now. Not enjoying this. Although I think Lee is coming home from McDonald's with Milo with a full fat Coke for me, which would be nice. That would be a real highlight. Oh, you're all wet. He's trying to rub himself on my trousers to get dry. I'm on my 3rd year of saying, I don't get hay fever, but I think I've got hay fever this year. I'm starting to think I do get hay fever now. So the weekend was great. I actually had a pretty chill weekend. I did get a lot of admin stuff done that needed to get done. And then I went out for afternoon tea with my friends on Sunday because one of the girls from work was leaving, which is very sad. But we'll see her lots. But that was what it was for. And now it's Tuesday. Monday, I went to IKEA. I might have a little video about that. I did film kind of a little shop with me, and I've done a bit of a makeover of the office. I'm kind of steadily going through the house and having a bit of an overhaul. And with the office particularly, I just felt, especially after holiday, but even before, it wasn't a place that I kind of wanted to spend a lot of time in. It was just so messy, which is, new furniture doesn't make something not messy, but the way I'd kind of had it at the last part, the last time before I kind of overhauled it, was particularly messy. It just didn't lend itself to like ever being tidy. So I just wanted to kind of make it over a little bit and make it feel like somewhere I wanted to spend time and somewhere that made me want to do things. It was kind of losing my mojo a little bit. Oh, man. Anyway, that's kind of catching you up. I'll show you the office shortly. I'm going to take Milo to school and then get on with my Tuesday. Cold today. I don't know. Is everybody cold today? Is it cold? Hard to say. Also, the difference of the aspect of the room. What do you think? What do you think? I feel dishevelled. I do. I feel dishevelled. I am going to wrap myself up. I've just been to the school run. I'm going to wrap myself up in a blanket. I'm going to finally tackle this holiday vlog because I have purchased a rather expensive, beautiful, rather expensive external hard drive. So I've put all of my clips on there. I'm about to go in. I have never edited, it's not there. I've never edited off a hard drive before, but it's not there. I'm gonna do myself some eye masks. Got some fancy ones with my LED eye mask thing ages ago. How do you get into this? Literally no idea. Oh, there we go. I was opening it the wrong way. I got some fancy ones and I didn't want to use them because they were so fancy. But I think the time has come. These eyes need a little bit of extra luxurious pampering today. I think it's a little bit laggy, but I literally could not edit this vlog. Like, I filled my whole computer up with this footage and then I couldn't even edit it because it kept crashing. So it's kind of this or nothing. I don't think I can work in 4K anymore, guys. I don't think it makes a difference to you guys. I really tried. If anything, doing it in 4K seems to be causing a problem because it then shows you the vlogs as like a lower file size and you have to go out of your way to change it. I don't know why. I don't even know why I tried, to be honest. I have been in a zone. It is 11:15. I've had these eye patches on for, they might be just welded to my face at this point. I'm still only 15 minutes into this vlog. There's an hour of footage left to go. And I don't know how there's an hour left because I don't feel like there's that many days of the trip left. But I do think this is just going to be one long vlog. Did also remind me while I was editing that I bought these kind patches, and I got so many questions about them. I got the wake up patches and the, where are they? They're here. The extra strong sleep patches. Now, I've not really used them since I've been home. I'm going to put one right on my face. No, I won't do that. So the idea is they kind of work a little bit like, I'll put it on my shoulder. They kind of work a little bit like, well, other patches, you know, like HRT or nicotine patches or whatever it might be. It's kind of a different method of delivery for something, whether it be like caffeine or melatonin or whatever. I'll tell you what it says. Why you will love it. The wake up patches are designed to provide a steady, controlled release of caffeine and vitamin B, offering a more sustained energy boost compared to consuming caffeine through beverages like coffee and energy drinks. So, I don't know. The jury's out for me. I haven't had enough time playing with them, like living normally. I bought them just before we went on a holiday. So obviously I played around with them a little bit while we were away. I was using the wake up patches in the daytime. I was using the sleepy ones at nighttime. But it's so hard to tell because there's the traveling element where you're just kind of like on a bit of a high anyway, and you're maybe a little bit more tired than you would be. And then a week after coming back from holiday, kind of a little bit jet lagged. So I feel like this week is a real good testing period. So I'm going to start using them properly and I will let you know. But just as I was editing this, I was like, oh, those patches. And also, maybe I need just like 10 minutes away from this computer. I thought I was going to film other things today. I thought I was going to do my hair and put some makeup on and film other things, but it's already 11:15. 5 hours into staring at my face, editing. And I've got out all the tools. I feel like my face is just like falling into the sea. We're not built to look at ourselves this much, honestly. I don't think it's healthy. So for the rest of this, I'm now at the point where I feel like I'm kind of done. I'm doing one final watch through and like adding some captions and some information and maybe changing the volumes. Music is the worst part because sometimes you'll watch, like there are certain vlogs that I watch back and I'm like, oh, I wish I could change just that tiny amount of something. And when I'm watching vlogs, I often think like, oh, they forgot to put in music or the music's too loud in that part or whatever it is. So I'm doing one final watch through and I thought this is as good a time as any to firm up the old face. I know, no one's more surprised than me that I've got makeup on and I've done my hair. But unsurprisingly, I'm running just a scooch late as per. So I've pretty much done the edit. I just need to do kind of a couple of tweaks. And I needed a bit of a palette cleanser from all the editing, so I decided to film another video. Kind of got ready and did a bit of a like current favourite / get ready with me. And I always know, but I can't tell you how different I feel, how much better I feel when I've done my hair and my makeup. Listen, this is vaguely irrelevant. It's completely irrelevant to everything else that we've discussed in this vlog, but I want to talk about something that's important to me. For my birthday, my mum likes to get me a variety of things. And this year, one of those things was some real hardcore baking trays. The different sizes, fantastic. One of the best things she's ever bought me. And these particularly, I was like, that's amazing. They're really heavy, really like thick. And the idea was they won't like buckle. This is bent. This is bent from being in the oven. Will it go back to normal? Time will tell. Just making my HelloFresh as you do. And sharing some of my trials and tribulations. Also, as soon as the makeup was on, it was off. I love putting makeup on. I love, like, it gives me an air of confidence. It does. But is there anything better than taking off your makeup? There isn't. This is a stupid question. Ooh. My throat's still very sore. This is a stupid question, but do you ever get a song in your head and you're like, where did that come from? Because last night I went to bed humming in my head Inspector Gadget. And this morning, it's Poor Unfortunate Souls from The Little Mermaid. Is it like a Darren Brown thing? Like, have I heard them recently and I can't remember hearing them? I don't know. But I've just got these weird earworms recently. Also, good news about the pan. It went flat again. So I don't know how that works, but good job, Mum. Right, I'm wrapping up this vlog now with a request for hay fever. I was going to say symptoms. That's not what I mean. Hay fever tips. I feel like my eyes are welding shut now. Again, this is my third year of having hay fever but not having hay fever, and it's definitely the worst. To the point where I said to Lee, like, could it be like a weird strain of COVID? Like, what is this? What is this? But it must be, I think everyone's complaining about the pollen count at the moment. So please, if you are a long-term hay fever sufferer, what should I be doing? Usually something different, but answers on a postcard would be great. Second question. I had a couple of people recently tell me that they prefer longer vlogs. And most of my vlogs are like coming at around the 10 to 15 minute mark max. I try to get them all over 10 minutes because I like at least a 10-minute video, because that's like, I'll watch a video in a bath and I don't want to have to get out of the bath to change the video. But some people are like, if it's not 30 minutes, I'm not watching it. So how do you feel? I mean, I realise by this point, it's a longer vlog. So the people who are still watching are longer vlog viewers. And I will only catch those of you who leave comments, because a lot of people watch on, I watch on the TV often, or from the bath where I cannot reach to comment. So I get that I can't poll everyone, but it would be interesting to know. Because I just kind of thought short and snappy was better. But if you would prefer several short and snappy vlogs to be put into one, today, for example, what has this vlog even been? Started on Friday night making the Tex-Mex dinner, ended on Wednesday. I don't know what happened in the meantime. There was some gap. But yeah, let me know. Thank you so much for watching. And the next vlog, I believe, will be finally the New York trip. And then we can put it to bed and start talking about Hong Kong.